Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's edition of OMG. I'm Luke Brown. Today's top stories: Final Fantasy XIII's director calls out Western reviewers, our top analyst stops in with a look at the upcoming year in gaming, and Street Fighter IV's going mobile. But first, a look at the week's other headlines. It was recently revealed that the Sonic team would not actually be developing the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 4. When asked why, a source close to the development team said they turned a great character into a soulless shell of his former self. I mean, listen, you wouldn't let a convicted pedophile run a daycare, would you? It's the same principle. Fearing going head-to-head at retail against Final Fantasy XIII, Sega has moved the release date for Resonance of Fate from March 9th to March 16th, where they're hoping to take their chances against God of War 3. This move, of course, makes perfect sense, especially when you consider that Sega hates selling games and making money. Uwe Boll is making another Blood Rain movie, which will again star Kristanna Loken as the titular lead in the direct-to-DVD feature. In a related story, Michael Madsen has sent out a press release saying he's available for work. And hungry. So far, Square Enix's Final Fantasy XIII has had somewhat mixed reviews from Western gamers, prompting a response from Final Fantasy XIII director Motomu Toriyama. When speaking with Xbox World 360 magazine, Toriyama was quoted as saying, "We think many reviewers are looking at Final Fantasy XIII from a Western point of view. When you look at most Western RPGs, they just dump you in a big open world and let you do whatever you like. It becomes very difficult to tell a compelling story when you're given that much freedom." With us, we have our resident Japanese culture correspondent, Jonathan Cooper. Mr. Cooper.
Yes, Luke.
Now, this is a big insult from the East. Square is essentially saying that Western developers are incapable of telling a compelling story.
That's correct, and to be honest, who can blame him?
Sorry?
Mr. Toriyama has a point here. As of yet, there hasn't been a single Western RPG to have a good or even passable plot.
It's a little harsh, don't you think?
Hardly. Take Mass Effect 2, for instance. There isn't a single male character in a belly shirt. I mean, most of them are wearing armor, for Christ's sake.
And
it's impossible. It breaks immersion. How am I supposed to be compelled by Fallout 3 if I'm not saving a princess or grinding the same area for 16 hours? Is it even possible to enjoy a game if its name doesn't begin with Shin Megami Tensei? I hardly think it is.
I don't think that's the case.
Well, I do. And Motomu Toriyama does. Listen, you can keep talking, but as a fan of Japanese RPGs who refuses to admit that the industry has moved forward, I have a response for that.
And that is? I still remain shocked at your immaturity. You are like a baby, making noises, not knowing what to do. From time to time, analysts like to predict what's going to happen in any market. Here at OMG, we're no different. Joining us now via satellite is our senior video game analyst, Dominic Moschitti. Dom?
Thanks, Luke.
So, Dominic, what can you tell us about the future of games?
Well, I've been doing a lot of studies, scientific studies, and I think I'm ready to announce something pretty big here.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay, let me just get in prepared. Okay, I'm feeling a presence right over here. Someone just have a relative die. Fell through some ice. It starts with a P.
I have an uncle that died from ice.
Okay, I'm making contact with him now. He's crying. He says he never got to say he loved you or something. I don't know. But anyway, he's saying that Gears of War 5 will be out this year. So pre-order accordingly.
Sounds about right.
Oh, and he forgot to email your mom about something. I don't know. Just tell your mom that he meant to email her.
Another great analysis. Thanks, Tom. Capcom announced this week that it would be bringing a version of Street Fighter IV to the iPhone and iPod Touch. While it's clear that the company is interested in cashing in on the success of the iTunes App Store, many gamers were left scratching their heads over the decision. While the company has previously ported over other console games to these platforms, many gamers have noted that the Apple devices, in particular their control schemes, aren't anywhere near optimal for current generation console games. In order to get further insight into the minds of iPhone users, OMG conducted a survey of 2,000 Apple users. Here to share the results of the survey is our own resident statistician, Sean Curran. Sean, what did the survey reveal? Sean?
Huh?
The survey results. How do people feel about Capcom games on the iPhone?
Oh, yeah, that sounds dangerous for kids.
Okay. Did you even conduct the survey?
What survey?
The poll we wanted to run, questioning iPhone users about gaming on the device. Ring any bells?
Oh, yeah, the poll. No.
So, what exactly is the point of all this?
Honestly, I've got no idea. I was just sitting here at this table, minding my own business, playing Bejeweled, when the makeup people started prepping me for air. Next thing I know, I'm pulling a 5 in a row, and you start talking to me about this poll mumbo jumbo.
So you have no opinions on Street Fighter 4 coming to the iPhone?
Really? No, you'd have to be an idiot to play Street Fighter on this thing.
That's journalism, folks. Just sit there and soak it all in for a minute. That's going to do it for this week. We'll be back again with an even more impressive lack of journalistic integrity. See you then.